and welcome back to your girl, My Plain Jane Network, right? Guys, I want to apologize for taking so long to come back with this video. I know in my last video, which has been, I'm sure, over a month by now, I said that I would talk about me and my mom's relationship if someone said they want to hear about it. And, my bad, you guys. I've been busy. And also, I want you guys to understand the concept or the whole point of this video of me talking about me and my mom's relationship. And I'm gonna try my very best to speed through here because I don't want y'all to get the wrong perception like, oh, she's putting her mom on Front Street or whatever went on when they was a child. Because, y'all, I love my mama. Like, don't get it twisted. She's not here anymore, but I loved her until and still, okay? Because she created me. So let's not get that twisted. Because she created me if she ain't do nothing else. So let's not get that confused, you guys, okay? Let's not get that part confused. So my purpose of doing this video is to explain to you guys the relationship I had with my mama as a child and even as an adult. But at the same time, I want you guys to understand the demeanor I had toward my mom and the demeanor some of you young folks, or even, you know, I've seen some older people, to be honest, you know, in their 30s, whatever, not older than me, but I don't know. I don't know. It's different now. You guys are totally different than we were, in my opinion. And yes, I went through some things that some people probably couldn't fathom or wouldn't want to. And some things I'm probably not even going to talk about. Because I want you guys to get the whole understanding of the point of the video. And the point of the video is, hopefully you get it. But regardless of what someone tries to do to you, someone is confused about in their lifestyle, so it may inflict you. Listen, your mothers are not perfect. Most mothers raise their children on how they was raised. Most mothers deal with their children in a manner of what they're used to. Me, personally, I guess I tried to break every chain. I did. Because instead of me being angry and ugly with my mom, I tried to teach my mom anything I could learn. I would try to teach my mom. If I knew better, I felt like, how dare I learn something better than her and think that I'm better than her when I come from her body. See, the dynamic of the family ship she come from was something she grew to knowing, and I guess accepting. And when you know better, you do better. And some people never know better because they're following the trend of everybody else do this and I done heard that so many times. Well, ain't nobody else doing that. Well, ain't nobody else, you know, like, child, be the first. Okay, don't be the last, be the first. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to get into this story about me and my mom from a young age on up. And I'm, like I said, I'm going to try to speed through it as fast as I can and get my point across. But I want you guys to understand this. My mom come from right out of the slavery days. And unfortunately, they didn't have, my mom's was, she passed away when my mom was only 2 years old. So my mom and her 5 other siblings had to move in with her uncle, his wife and children, which made them a whole lot of children, 20-some children or whatever. I don't know, probably more than that. I don't know. But, you know, when someone is trying to carry a household so heavy like that and coming out of, you know, the days of the men were the superior, the leaders. The women kind of did what the men said in order to survive, because their only survival skills was laying on their back, cooking, cleaning, and probably doing hair, making clothes, sewing clothes or something, and probably being out in the field with the guys. My mom says she used to chop cotton and stuff. So, being that I knew these things about my mom, I knew that she had a destructive childhood and she wasn't loved like she should have been. I never held her completely responsible for everything that I experienced with her. So, let me get into it. Hopefully I didn't talk too long before I get into this story. Okay, so, coming up with my mom as a young girl, I'm going to tell you the first thing I remember. The first thing I remember when I was like 2 years old, my mama liked to drink beer. She drank beer and she smoked cigarettes. No, she was not a drug addict. She was probably considered a drinker, but she didn't get drunk. My mom can drive. She can drink a whole case of beers and still get you home. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. Okay? But they come from a different dynamic, and some people fight pain with more pain. And you know what I'm saying? They don't know what they're doing. They inflict the same pain that someone inflict upon them on others. Like, my mom told me when she was like 11 years old, she was dating this older guy, which is my brother's dad. And she was only 11 and he was like 30 something. And his wife ended up stabbing her because she found out that, you know, I guess my mom was giving in to her husband. And I feel like my mom was a child, so she shouldn't have never had to deal with something like that from a 30-some-year-old woman. Like, blame your other half, honey. Anyway, so let me get into it. When I was like 2 years old, the first thing I remember when I was like 2 years old, and you guys, I'm going to put a picture in here, but I think this picture is before I was 2 years old. And let me tell y'all something. My mama had me dressed up like a little slave child. I don't mean no harm. I like the color because it was like a teal green and it's cute. But honey, y'all know what, tell the truth. Had me looking like a little slave child. But anyway, that's where they come from. So, that era of life back then, you know, she had me looking my best though, honey. That's probably why I like to, you know, throw myself together sometimes. Anyway, not so much now, but regular juggler is okay with me on a natural basis, okay? On a normal basis, like seriously. But anyway, so, y'all need to understand, my mama didn't get as much love as she should have gotten when she was a child. So, when I was like 2 years old, first thing I remember is I accidentally knocked her glass of beer over or something. And she got upset and she accidentally slapped the bottle towards me, which made a cut across my nose. And I was like 2 years old. And I had an Auntie Ernestine. I'm put a picture in here too. Auntie Ernestine was my mama's older sister, one of her older sisters. And when she found out my mama had put a cut on me, she took me away from my mama for a little while. Obviously not long enough because I ended up right back home with my mama, I guess, or whatever. But anyway, she took me for a little while. I can't remember how long, but I just remember going to live with my auntie right after that. And she was probably, see, back in the days, women was taught to take care of the household and make sure they have a husband. And some women, even though they had extraordinary children, they may have some kind of way depleted them or not knowingly attempted to deplete some of their children by, you know, taking their frustration out on the children when it was probably the guy fault or whatever had, you know, that they was upset about. Anyway, I ended up living with my auntie for a little while. And I don't necessarily remember coming back home or how long it took me to come back home, but I know I was at home because, like, when I was like 6 years old, like I said, my mama had a problem with people And sometimes people be over the house gambling or whatever. And I just remember being in the tub one day and some strange person walked in on me. So Mama helped bath you. And it was a male, of course. And so, of course, me, being a little girl that I was, I started screaming and calling for my mama. My mama didn't come, but her friend came and ran the person out. Fast forward. Like I said, I'm going to speed through this, you guys. I want to say like 9 or 10 or whatever. Me and my brother got into it. And my brother used to always beat me up, but he used to always win. But sometimes I would win. So this particular day, I won. And then I ended up cracking him across the head with something. Anyway, long story short, he shot me with a little hunting rifle my stepdad had around the house. And I ended up going to the hospital. And my mom had the doctors cut all my hair around my head to match because the doctors had to cut my hair back to, you know, get the little bullet out. You guys, it was a hunting bullet. It was like a pellet or something like that. But the doctors did say a couple of more inches and I would not have survived because I was pouring out and bleeding. And let me tell y'all, if I could tell y'all about that story, I think I said it in another video. But honey, my brother, I think he might have made it go deep because when I was like, when he shot me, I guess I like fell out or whatever. And then next thing I know, he's trying to dig it out of my head, trying to get it out, and I think it was going further back. And he was like, "Don't tell Mom." And I was like, "No, you shot me. You shouldn't have shot me." Anyway, I can't tell the story right. Not anymore, I guess. Because I told the story before, and it's just be hard to go through stuff like that. But anyway, because it ain't that funny, but it was that funny, but it ain't that funny. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all. Anyway, I was upset with my mom. I wasn't even upset about being shot and all that stuff. I was just upset that she wanted to cut all my hair around my head. I was like, who does that? Why are you, you know, this is traumatic. It was traumatic. Anyway, she said she was going to whoop my brother, and she never whooped him. But moving on, fast forward, honey. My mom and my stepdad, I had a stepdad. So happened. I think he came around when I was like 5 or 6 or something. Maybe probably when my auntie let me go back home to her or something. I don't know. But I don't remember how long he had been around. But they used to fight a lot. And I used to hate it. And I used to jump into fights. And get my little butt tossed around. Anyway, moving forward, honey. Regardless, like I said, of what I went through with my mom, I would always try to get her to understand that it was a better way. Sometimes she'll act stuck in her ways. Other times, you know, she'll act like she wanted to pay attention or whatever. Because as I got older, I would express myself more to her and tell her how I didn't feel like she cared as much, you know, or ever said she loved me. And then it's a long story, you guys. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but I'm missing a whole lot of stuff. So around the age of like 10 years old, I think, probably 9, 10. I know it was not too long after my brother shot me. It was probably a couple of years, so I probably was about 11. I don't know, probably 12. I don't know. But anyway, so happened, one night I'm in a room, sleep. And last I know, my older brothers was too. But so happened, I wake up to a male over me trying to take something. Long story short, I'm fighting, I'm streaming. This person's trying to put something on me, and I'm streaming. I'm not letting it happen. It ain't gonna happen. I'm kicking a wall because it ain't gonna happen. Like I said, it just ain't gonna happen. I'm kicking a wall and streaming and asking for my mama's help, and because I know my mom's room was right next to where I slept, and her bed was right there. So I'm streaming and I'm fighting, and finally this person got tired of me fighting. They let me go. enough that I can run away. So I'm running straight into the room with my mama, thinking I'm going to have to wake her up and get her up to help me. And so it happened, I go into the room with my mama, and she's sitting on the side of the bed drinking and smoking and wide awake watching TV. And I'm crying and I'm shaking and bleeding at this point because this person then dug in my skin trying to, you know, take my clothes off or whatever. And I'm crying and I'm asking for my mama help. And I'm saying what happened. And my mama said, well, let him touch you. He gonna give you a few dollars, something, y'all. It was very traumatic at the time that it happened. Needless to say, I thought about obeying my mama. I did. But y'all, I ran away and I hid in the bushes. I hid in the bushes all night long. And I swear to God, my mama was calling my name. She even let this person come looking for me. And y'all, I was hiding in the bushes. And this person riding down the street. And I'm talking about the light hitting the bushes every time. And I'm swearing to God, I'm caught. And I don't know what's going to happen. But I know I'm going to fight for the rest of them. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. That's the only thing I was thinking. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. And, you know, it so happened. Grace God, they ain't give me. And I stayed there and fell asleep until the next morning. And I swear to God, it was daylight when I heard my mama coming out the house. I swear to God, y'all, it was daylight when I heard my mama coming out the house, screaming my name, calling my name. And then I went in the house. And I remember my older brother saying, "Yo, stupid self, where you been?" And I'm looking at him in the worst kind of way, because at this point, I'm knowing don't nobody care, right? I'm knowing I'm on my own at this point. It's just, yeah, it was a lot. But at the same time, with me telling y'all this, y'all, please understand me. Just because someone else is molded and okay with their way of coming up and being, it don't make it okay for you to hate and be so disrespectful to them, because this is your, where you come from. How can you dare? And if you learn something in life and you feel like this person don't know what you know, I feel like you should try to teach them. If you don't, then what good are you? what good are you? You ain't no better than anyway. And I mean, even if it don't work, yes, walk away. Walk away for your sanity. That was another big problem of mine. I always trying to help other people see things that I felt like I seen, and they weren't seeing it, and it'll be very detrimental to yourself what you doing that too. But at the same time, I strongly believe in not being disrespectful to your birth mother, especially someone who raised you. Now, mind you, they might not have did the best they could have. They might not have did the best they could have. But what are you going to do? Do the best you can for them, for yourselves, and the people that you bring up behind you. That's just my opinion. Anyway, so I go in the house, blase blimp. Time moves forward. I get popped in the eye when I was like 14 years old. So it happened. See, when I was like a teenage girl or whatever, I used to have lots of male friends. Literally, male friends. Like, I would have some people that, that I would go there, but no. You know what I'm saying? But I had male friends, and And especially at this particular time I had a closer male friend that I had ever had. Because this person started claiming me as their girlfriend. But at the same time, waiting on me to want to actually be, intimate type girlfriend. And so what happened was, the girls who introduced me to this person, who was now standing in the house with us, called me to the phone while this person was sitting there looking like they was asleep or whatever. Called me to the phone for an old school friend of mine, literally a friend. But that person had a crush on me. Like, who didn't? Listen, I'm just saying, like, because I was a tomboy, like the homie lover friend. Like, I'm still considered that way. And I haven't had a boyfriend in probably, how old is my daughter? A decade, in my opinion. Okay? Like, seriously. But anyway, so when this guy hit me in the eye, I was like 14 years old. He hit me in the eye because I answered the phone for an old school friend. Y'all, when this child hit me in the eye, literally, I was skinny. I ain't have nothing but boobs back then. Listen, this person hit me, knocked me clean across the bed. And I tell y'all, I kid you not, the girls are still here, still living. The girls that was living with us that hooked me up with that person that I end up, still caring about, unfortunately, done me. That was true. That's true. See, I've learned my lesson at an older age that you forgive people. I forgive everybody. I love everybody. But I cannot stay attached to everybody. That was my problem. I would let people stay in my energy because I forgive them. I still keep trying to help. While not knowing that they got plans for me. It's not good plans, though. But anyway, so when this guy knocked me across the bed, literally, my eyeball came out my head. I swear. I promise y'all. Ask these girls, because everybody was like shocked and was like streaming and everything. And it was like, yo, I hanging out. And it was like an adrenaline. As soon as I looked at myself, I went in the bathroom, looked at myself in the mirror, and I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, I feel like I pushed my eye back in my head. Because I didn't go to the doctor, y'all. Like, seriously, ask them girls. If y'all view this video, Sean, Regina, whoever, y'all say something. Okay? I don't care, yeah. I just called their name because they know. They was living with us at the time. They the one introduced me to the guy. But anyway, and so I pushed it back in my head. And needless to say, I forever got a bruise. Look like I got a black eye. But, so this guy ran away that particular night. And y'all, mind y'all, my older brother was in prison at the time. Because before, let me make this statement. Please, young ladies, quit trying to make guys have sympathy for you by saying your family don't care. Child, even when my family didn't care, I said they cared. And when people knew that my folks cared, they was more careful with me. But when my brother went to prison, folks thought they can beat me up. They try to be, that was the girl. They try to knock them clean up at me, I tell you. Knock them clean up at me. I don't know what, honey. But let me tell y'all something. After all that, this person came back around, y'all, like 2 weeks later. And I'm getting to the point of where my mom plays a part in this. Because, like, why you telling us this story? Listen. Oh, and I skipped something before that. But I'm going to tell you this. This person came back around like 2 weeks later. And mind y'all, I still got a big old black eye and my face is messed up and it's not put together, right? It didn't go back like that. But anyway, so this person come back around and they bring my mom some beer and cigarettes. And y'all, the next thing I know, first the girls was saying, well, he out there and he want to see you. Mind y'all, for like an hour, and I would not go out there. So I guess this fool figured he can go get some beer and cigarettes for my mama. My mama gonna make me talk to him. And needless to say, Mama said, Bucky, so-and-so here you want to see, go talk to him. I'm like, what? But Mama, I don't want to. Girl, go talk to him. Listen to me, y'all. Yes, my mama made a lot of mistakes. My mama went through a lot of mistakes. She didn't have anyone to guide her and tell her the right things. She didn't have anyone to show her how to be a parent because she didn't have good examples. And the examples she had, she probably didn't value or trust or, you know what I'm saying? Like, people go through things, you young ladies, sometimes y'all don't want to hear what older people, your mom or your aunt or somebody got to tell you because this person not agreeing with your antics. But they may have already experienced certain things and they can really help you in what they're telling you. So kind of put two and two together and what makes sense to you and what's going to be feasible for you, not to end up shit creek. Like, you don't want to end up shit creek. Like, seriously. Like, honey child. Listen, see, my thing is, when I was younger, I had to learn everything the hard way. Everything I learned, I went through it and had to get through it by the grace of God. Like, seriously, like, yeah. And y'all, let me throw this little tidbit in. Even though we didn't know those girls and their mother before they moved in our house, I was so happy that they moved into our house because, I don't know, months or weeks before they moved in, my mama had a friend who is now married to my uncle, who was then my uncle's girlfriend, whom would come over and have conversations with my mother about her and my uncle's sexual dealings. Now, I was a young girl and didn't know anything about these things, but what she was talking about, I didn't like. So I told my mama I didn't like her coming around and always talking about these sexual dealings and how she suck on people. And I just felt like that was disgusting. So apparently my mom goes back and tell this lady, honey. And one day I get out of school. Mind y'all, child was a young child. I get out of school one day and my mom and this lady meet me in like the middle of the street. I'm almost home. They walk down the street to meet me. And the lady called herself confronting me and talking about, your mama told me what you said. Look, word calling me all out my name and talking about you don't like how I talk and blah blah blah. And I was just so embarrassed and disgusted. But even then, I didn't feel the need to disrespect my mother. So I don't know where you guys get it from, but anyway. Like I said, my auntie Ernestine, she didn't play about me. She would get on my mama, but whatever she knew about, let me tell y'all something. Oh, I could tell y'all some stories. Anyway, so, like I said, I went too far up when I was talking about the guy knocking me out. My mom told me to go talk to him. So, before that happened, I don't know my age. I want to say 13. Because when my eyeball got knocked out, I was like 14. So I want to say like 13. We had like a candy lady in the neighborhood. It was like a mixed couple where a lady with a mixed child. And she like lived up the hill that had a lot of steps or whatever. So we would go over there and get freeze cups sometimes, candy, whatever. She's a candy lady, right? Her son would play with the girls in the neighborhood. Too much. Okay? And if we didn't be nice to him, he would be mean to us. Okay, so this little person, I go up and buy some, I don't know what it was, freeze cup, something from the candy lady, right? And I'm leaving, and mind you, like I said, her son would play with the girls too much. And if we didn't be friendly with him, he would be mean to us. So this little person sprayed like water from the water hose, and they already had steps, and he was like chasing me while he doing it. And I'm running down the steps, running from this little pea head, and I so happened to slip down the steps. Mind you, they're concrete steps, and it was a long way down. And I landed, I went rolling down them steps, and I broke my kneecap or something, you guys. Yeah, I broke my kneecap. Because that's when I started walking funny. And people talk about my walk. Okay? They do. But it's apparently, but anyway. So, I fell down the steps and I broke my kneecap. Y'all, don't y'all know, I crawled through the house. My mama didn't believe me. She was like, you out there being fast or something. Me being fast? I wasn't even fast then, y'all. I was such a tomboy. That's why I had so many male friends. I had male friends probably because I had all brothers too, and I only knew how to get along with males because females, let me tell y'all something. I was this type of chick. I would stop being friends with certain, mind you, I got female friends that I've had, a couple of them, that I've had over 30 years now. Yes. Those two are the only one I could really, I had a few more, but I had to cut some of them loose because, you know, I just had to keep forgiving people. And it comes a point where you got, I ain't got to forgive you. Like, girl, you know what you're doing. Stop playing, girl. We ain't even doing that. You gonna make me go to jail. You trying to send me up shit. Great. Like, we ain't doing this. Okay? Because I value my friendships just like I value my family ships. But if you, at this point, not giving me the same love I give you, honey, no. But anyway, what was I saying, y'all? What was I saying? Oh, hold up. Okay, y'all, my bad. Watch the next video for the full story and make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video if it helps you in any kind of way or you stay to the end. Make sure to leave a thumbs up.